Hi, it's Dean Hill. We're at the Notch 8 Bar and Restaurant at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver. The place has been renovated. It's absolutely beautiful. We're transported back to an era of glamour, respect, and passion, and yet it's unpretentious at the same time. Notch 8, what does that refer to? Well, it's a railroad term because this was, of course, a railroad hotel at one point, way back in the day. It's a term when the engineer is going full steam, everything's running perfectly, he moves the lever to Notch 8. In other words, everything is great. There you go. So let's explore some signature cocktails from Notch 8 at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver. Okay, make us a Vancouver 2.0.
Perfect. So this is one of my favorite cocktails, and the reason for it is because of its local history. Now, people will argue origins of cocktails and so on and so forth, and there's 1,000 stories out there for every single drink. But this one in particular has a bit of a claim to fame at the Sylvia Hotel, which is just down the street.
Yes, love it.
So we wanted to kind of bring something that was local from Vancouver, that maybe people didn't know, but I can assure you from traveling around the world and drinking cocktails in many different cities, this is sort of regarded as one of the original booze-forward cocktails, if you may.
Okay, and the booze in question would be Victoria Gin.
That is correct.
Now,
yes.
What is Victoria? Is that actually from Victoria?
Yes, it is, and we really wanted to, you know, again, do some local products, which we felt that would be really representative of the property and being authentically local and so on and so forth. So we've gone with the Victoria Gin, which is a nice herbaceous gin. It's got some nice florally notes in there. You're definitely getting some green grass and some different citruses as well. So it really adds another layer to the drink. And that's kind of what I wanted to capture, was that florally essence of the drink. So
let's make it happen.
Perfect. So we'll start off with our gin. We're going to go into a mixing glass here, and most importantly, whenever stirring a drink, you really want to make sure that you're going in with the spirit first. Now the reason for that is because the second you start adding the ice, it starts to dilute.
Right.
So you're starting to lose flavor. So what you want to do is you want to build all your ingredients in there first. So the original Vancouver cocktail consisted of gin, some Benedictine. Now this is a French brandy. It's also mixed with other things like honey and some other succulents. It's a really kind of rounded out flavor, but being a grape base, it's almost like sort of like a sweet cognac. Then the other ingredient, which was definitely used in this era, was the sweet vermouth. Again, adds another roundness to the drink, some sweetness, but also kind of typifies kind of the gin and brings out those flavors. So my twist is actually adding dry vermouth. Not typically what's done in this drink, but I truly feel with every great drink, you have your citrus, you have your sweet, you have your dry, you have your bitter. So I really wanted to kind of round out the B&B and the Chinsana, or the sweet vermouth, with something dry. So just so when the drink finishes in your mouth.
That's why you're the mixologist.
Yeah. And then finally, we'll use some orange bitters. We talked a little bit about different flavor profiles and having, you know, a mixture of everything in there. And this definitely brings some nice bitterness to it. So if I can get it open.
I haven't seen one of those bottles in years.
Yeah. That's a bit of a disaster. So I personally like it a little stronger, so I usually put in about 4 or 5 dashes, typically up to the person who's drinking it. But you know, I think don't be scared of it. I think that's what people kind of do with bitters. They think because it's such a powerful thing, they kind of get a little scared of it sometimes. So I say go heavy-handed, and you can always make your next one lighter if you want to. So now that we've got our all of our spirits in the glass, we're going to get out our nice frosty cup. Very, very important. Very important. We want to keep, once this temperature comes down, we want to keep it that way for as long as possible. This drink can be served on the rocks as well, but I think that this is a very elegant looking drink,
yes.
and I kind of like it. Yeah, and it's got a great color, so I kind of like the idea of having it in a martini glass. So now we're going to stir this down. Very important when stirring the drink. You don't want to have your hand on the mixing glass.
Oh yes, good tip.
You want to keep it below, obviously, because you don't want to continue to help melt the ice. You just want the ice to do its job itself. One of my mentors behind the bar taught me one time, whenever you're stirring a drink, you should only be able to hear the anticipation of the guest's breath as opposed to anything else, which I thought was always kind of resonated with me for sure. And then I like to pour the drink from a bit of a height. This aerates it slightly.
Yes, this really makes me think of days gone by. Nobody's in a giant rush, and it's just...
There's no rush. I mean, really, that's kind of what the cocktail culture has kind of come full circle in that respect. People are here to enjoy, and it's not all about getting your drink in 3 minutes anymore. It's about actually watching it being made and the whole experience that comes along with it. So this is what I like to call an orange rope, and it's very simple. The reason I like it so much in the drink is because it, with such a delicate looking glass, it finishes very
beautiful.
nicely.
Wow, that's very nice.
So there we are.
And we give it a try. Delicious. So smooth. It's got so much depth to it. Excellent. Thanks, Sterling.
Pleasure.
That's the Vancouver 2.0. Come and enjoy one after work. This is going to be the place to come for drinks after work. Notch 8 at the Hotel Fairmont Vancouver. It's a restaurant, it's a bar, it's a journey.